We have now passed the 2023 tax return deadline. Are you in the clear, or will you be receiving the automatic £100 late filing penalty? My name is Jack Revis and welcome to this week's episode of Tax Tidbits, where accountants and individuals all over the country are rejoicing over the fact this year's tax return deadline has finally passed. January may feel like a long month for some, but I can confirm it feels about 40 weeks long for accountants. There were 3.8 million tax returns left to file in the last week of January, so it seems many people have waited till the last minute to file their returns, which isn't unusual. As you are watching this, you can expect me to be enjoying a day off with a well-deserved pint or two or three or maybe four. The Northern Powerhouse Partnership is urging an overhaul of council tax bands in England, suggesting a national revaluation of homes to alter their tax bands in an aim to make the system fairer. The current council tax bands are based on property values from 1991 in England, which obviously will have significantly changed since. Because of this, you could be paying the same amount of council tax as some of your neighbours who may be living in a house worth twice as much due to renovations. The NPP are also suggesting additional bans for foreign-owned properties over £2 million in value. An overhaul of the council tax system could aid the current crisis in council funding, as we are seeing many councils on the verge of bankruptcy. The NPP have urged Jeremy Hunt to commit to this in the upcoming budget, so we may have an update for you soon. Companies House has announced that the first set of changes in relation to the Economic Crime and Corporate Transparency Act will be rolled out from March the 4th. This will include a requirement for companies to have an appropriate address as their registered office, which will disallow the use of PO box addresses. Companies will still be able to use their third-party agents' addresses, meaning you can still use your accountant's address. Companies currently using a PO box will have to change this by the 4th of March, and failure to do so could result in them being struck from the register. If you're not sure what your registered address is, make sure to check on Companies House or ask your accountant. Asda is converting many of its petrol stations to card-only pay-at-pump machines, with 82 out of 300 sites across the country set to go cash-free. The supermarket, which has already 14 petrol stations since December, has said that the removal of cash payments is a response to the fact that less than 10% of payments at forecourts are made by cash. All affected workers are set to be redeployed within Asda stores by the summer, so they're not expecting to make any redundancies. This is just one example of the trend towards digital payments, though there has been calls for the Prime Minister to replicate legislation in Ireland that would force businesses to accept cash. HMRC is set to resume testing its Making Tax Digital for income tax and self-assessment system, with the private beta testing phase expanding in April this year. This private beta will continue for the 2024 tax year, with a full public beta launch expected in the 2026 financial year. This will be followed by mandated inclusion for self-employed individuals and landlords with an income over 50k in 2026/7 and those with an income over 30k in 2027/8. No decision has been made regarding taxpayers with an income between 10 and 30k. Eligible taxpayers can participate in the beta by speaking with one of the software providers compatible with MTD ITSA. And that brings us to the end of this week's Tax Tidbits. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you again next Thursday.